Okay, today's video diary is Tuesday the 16th of Jan. I'm doing this one a bit earlier because I'm somewhere that's really cool. I've got an amazing view and you wouldn't see any of it if I waited until my normal bedtime. So where am I first of all? So I've travelled from the Wye Valley and now I'm here. Where's my finger? Hang on. I've got this really badly angled on like a selfie stick. So I'm here. I'm near here. I'm near Spoonleigh Wood Roman Villa. So I'm basically near Winchcombe and Brockhampton. So that's sort of the areas that I'm at. The reason I've come here is because I fancy taking a look at the Roman Villa, which is nestled in the woods. It's said the Wild Guide Central England book says about 30 minutes. So I'm really hot on making sure I get my cardio in every day. So basically going for a proper run. So where I'm parked as well is a bit farther away from where they're suggesting to park, because there actually isn't. You can't park where they suggest in the book. So that means it'll be a good run into the woods and back. And basically where I am here, the view is pretty awesome. So I'm kind of, hang on, let's get the motorhome in. There's the motorhome. I found a really big spot with hard ground. There's actually concrete under half of the motorhome, so it's not going to get sunk. But and I've purposely parked way out the way, so because I'm on a single track road, if somebody does need to get past, a car or a truck could pull off. There's still room for them. And then there's also another one of these just down there, so I'm hopefully not going to piss off anybody. But basically the countryside I've got around me here, just adjust the video, the camera, is pretty amazing, really. And I can't tell you exactly where I'm looking out to because I haven't checked yet on the map. But I'm up on a hill, and so yeah, I'm up on a hill, and then it's like a shallow valley around this hill, and then it goes up into more hills, and right in the distance, maybe that's Malvern Hills. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a lovely spot, a really lovely spot, and it's another make me chuckle that I'm here with the stuff that's important to me. Actually, behind me is the moon, although where is it? It's above the motorhome there. You might not be. The camera's making everything look really bright, but it's not. I love that I'm here. I also love. Now, I sort of said previously, I don't want my life to be too transient, and that is true. But I do want my life to be transient, just not too transient. And I was sort of coming down if you're looking at a map, I was coming down the right-hand side of the Wye Valley. So basically the eastern side of the Wye Valley. My plan was to get to the bottom, to get to Chepstow, and then go up the left-hand side of the Wye Valley, so the western side of the Wye Valley. But I've been running low on battery because where I parked over the weekend was completely shaded, and I also did a load of stuff on my laptop, which meant that and also I got way too comfy, and I had the heating on for 6 hours, so just depleted a lot of the charge in the battery. So I went down to about 30% charge. Yesterday I went and spent time in the cafe on the hill at Tuts Hill. That helped me get up to about 60% charge, but I was concerned today about just depleting all of that again. So what I decided to do this morning was head off as soon as I got up at 5 o'clock, and it was 0 degrees C in the motorhome. Not quite the coldest it's been in there, but pretty close. It was cold, so I decided to head off to travel east to then go up along the river, the River Severn, the mouth of the River Severn, because that's completely wide open. It's the best place to capture the sun in that area. So I could do another day of recharging the lithium ion leisure battery with the solar panels, and I was just making sure I'll stay off the heating, wrap up really warm. I got an amazing Christmas gift from my mum, which was this blanket, but you can put it on. So it's a blanket with arms, and it's supposed to go over your front. So then when you sit on the sofa, obviously your back is protected by the sofa, and all the front is the blanket. It's really cool. But I sort of turned it round, put it on my back, wrapped up really warm, had my fingerless gloves on, got this hat on. So actually I was really toasty in the motorhome. So that was all good. And so yeah, that was my plan, to spend the day along the side of the mouth of the River Severn, which I did, and I found a perfect parking area, an actual car park. It's free to park, no overnight parking, but it's called Newnham. So it's Newnham on Severn, and it was exactly what I wanted. The sunrise this morning was, man, it was absolutely insane. Like, just for a few minutes, the sun was coming up. It hadn't come up on the horizon yet, but the sun was coming up. There was cloud cover all over the sky, so the sun was illuminating the underneath of the clouds with this mental, intense orange colour. And then there was actual, like, lines of rays on the underneath of the cloud, like somebody had drawn them on. Crazy. And I've taken a few pictures that I posted on Instagram just to show how quickly the sunrise can change and how quickly you miss it, which is why I feel privileged to be seeing these things, because the majority of people are either asleep or still at home getting ready, whereas I'm up and awake and I'm experiencing these things that reinforce how amazing nature is. Good job, Mother Nature. Anyway, so yeah, I found a really good spot after a bit of trial and error and getting it wrong, and then because I'd travelled part way up the mouth of the River Severn, I'm kind of thinking, well, there's no point in driving all the way back to carry on with my original plan. So I've just decided to kind of start making my way towards Dan's workshop, because that's where I need to be at 11 o'clock on Thursday morning, because he's going to check the onboard electric heater because it stopped working. So he's near Redditch. So yeah, I've kind of travelled up into the Cotswolds from the Wye Valley, and I've ended up here thanks to the Wild Guide Central England book. So I love that. I love that there's no set plan to my life, and there actually really isn't anymore. In my past life, in my past married life, I spent almost 100% of my time, for many reasons I won't go into, just in case these do ever go live on the internet. But I felt very trapped, very forced to worry about money, to the extent where I'm basically living my life constantly in the future, because I'm worried about the future. I'm worried about retirement. I'm worried about paying off the mortgage. I'm worried about a pension. And there's an amazing bit of one of the minimalists podcasts, and which I think it's Ryan Nicodemus, says worrying about the future is praying for the worst to happen. That's so spot on. That's exactly how I lived my life. So I never ever actually lived my life in the present. Obviously I did things. I was physically in the present, but even when I was at home or on holiday or with my ex and my son, I always had a foot in the future, because in the back of my mind I've always got these worries. So I spent a lot of the last 15 years of my life not living in my actual life. So my life now with Arthur is totally different. It is, I spend pretty much 100% of the time in the present. So I really am enjoying the present moment, and I love that, because it really allows me to actually enjoy my life. And that's why I love these moments, because I'm present here. I'm absorbing the moment that I'm in. I'm appreciative and grateful for what I have in my life. I feel blessed to be here. I like to differentiate blessed and lucky. Lucky is something that happens without any effort at all. Like, you drive into a car park, it's super busy, but there's a parking space for you. That's luck. So my life isn't luck. I feel blessed, but it's a fuckload of work has gone into getting to this life, and a lot of hardship. Now, I say that with a pinch of salt, because I'm not homeless, I'm not in a war zone, and I don't have abusive people around me. So that I actually do see as genuine, real hardship. But I have my own battles and challenges in my own life. So I have gone through those to get to where I am now, but those have helped to shape who I am. So I wouldn't change any of that. And I certainly wouldn't go back and make different decisions earlier in my life, because Arthur wouldn't be alive, and I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. What I do want this year, though, is some stability in my transient life. I want to feel a bit of success. And sorry, I was just looking behind me in case a car comes and somebody runs me over by accident, because it's getting dark now, even though the camera doesn't show it. So I don't want one place as home. I don't want any of that. I just want to get good at all the new stuff I started last year. That is what I want to do this year for life. So that's where I am. It's a bit too late for me to go off and do my run now. So I'm going to do all the normal things that I would be doing for my evening routine. Obviously, I'm doing this video earlier than I have been, so those things are yet to happen. But yeah, I thought if I remember and if I'm in the right sort of place to be able to do a daily video diary, my daily life year in a motorhome, I'll try and do them a bit earlier so that we capture a bit of the scenery and a bit of a feeling as to where I am ultimately. Apart from that, I think that's probably it today. Yeah, I'm obviously conscious of the leisure battery and the electricity that I've got. So even when I'm parking, like, there were a few spots I could have parked, but they were underneath trees. So I'm considering where I park, how much sunlight I'm going to get on the solar panels. Obviously, there's more charge into the battery if it's direct sunlight versus just daylight. I'm thinking the direction that I should park the motorhome to capture the most sunlight. So that's what I'm thinking there. I'm even thinking parking so that the toilet window is like against a hedge or a fence or something like that. So there's a bit of privacy for if I want to have a shower, because I'll use the Lifesaver jerry can with the shower head attachment, stick it out the bathroom window and have a shower out there. It's proper cold now. I'm freezing stood out here, so I'm not going to carry on too much longer, and I'm probably not going to have a shower outside for that reason, although yesterday was also freezing and I did have a shower. And what else am I thinking? I'm thinking of not pissing anybody off. I want to stay out the way. I want to not leave a trace. If I ever see litter, I'm going to pick it up. So my idea is to leave every place that I visit in a better condition than when I arrived. And that is also a driver in this lifestyle. I want to leave this planet in a better condition than when I arrived on the planet. Which is why, a bit of a tangent, but I was listening to somebody else talking the other day saying that lots of governments come up with different schemes and regulations and taxes related to going renewable and clean, and then in the end they find out that climate change isn't as bad as they said, and they think that climate changes anyway, it's not down to humans, it's just natural. I mean, fuck me. That is unbelievable. I fucking cringe when somebody makes that sort of comment. I also think, are they fucking insane? The evidence, the facts are all out there if they wanted to get off their arse and actually take a look, or just watch a fucking David Attenborough documentary. It's absolutely insane. But my thought is, okay, let's say you don't believe any of it. If you've got children, or if you know friends with children, isn't it better that we leave the planet in a better condition than when we found it? Irrelevant of your political views or anything like that. Isn't it better that planet Earth is better than when we found it, so that we give our children, our friends' children, our children's children, so that we give future generations a better life than ourselves? There you go, a bit of a tangent, but that's it now. It's getting pretty dark. It's a lovely spot. I'm wondering if I can capture the moon. There you go. There's the moon above the motorhome. It looks absolutely stunning. Great place to park. And there we go. That was a pretty cool video diary for the day.